Aragon is one of my favorite nations in EU4, and obviously one of the reasons for that is because it is the best nation to restore the Roman Empire as simply because of their amazing mission tree. I have made a video on how you can restore the Roman Empire as Aragon, so today we're gonna have a little bit of a different approach where we're gonna go down the colonial path that nobody chooses when they play as Aragon. And honestly, one of the things that made me do a colonial run as Aragon is because I was recently watching Pirates Blood Brothers, an Italian movie with this really awesome Italian pirate, Malasorte, and now you're wondering, why are you talking about Italians? Well, at the time, a lot of Italy was owned by Aragon, and we have a lot of Aragonese stuff in that miniseries. It's a great miniseries. If you speak Italian, highly recommend you watch it. But anyway, another reason why I'm doing this is because Aragon is a really special nation. You can both go colonial and strong colonial, whilst at the same time you can expand and continue expanding into the Mediterranean, albeit our main focus of course will be to get to the New World. First off, we're going to be attacking Tlemcen, and then after Tlemcen we're going to be working our way into the North African parts so we can get the colonial range that we need in order to get to the New World before anybody else. Until we get to the New World, we will make sure that we get all of the European holdings under our control that we need to get under our control, and we're going to have a fairly standard Aragonese start for the time being. Rival wise, it really depends what your expansion path is going to look like. In my case here, I'm going to go for Morocco as one of my rivals because I will be fighting the Moroccans. Ottomans, sure. And as my third rival, not really interested in anybody. Let's just say Venice. Why not? Because we might take some stuff from Venice eventually anyway. We will be getting some decent advisors because we can afford to get advisors as this amazing nation. And we'll be doing a standard estates with the +1 mana privilege for all 3 of the estates. And take note, I highly recommend that you wait until you give out the -25% advisor cost reduction privileges after you get 1 stability. You want to have 1 stability since those privileges increase the cost of improving your stability, and having 1 stability means that you get passive prosperity in your states, and we really want the prosperity. Speaking of states, you also want to use the holy orders from the beginning in these states because they offer passive bonuses for the rest of the game, plus they give 1 tax production or manpower development in every single one province. So by wasting 50 military points, we gain 5 manpower development, which is a massive amount. Plus, getting the monthly devastation reduction is really great since these areas are going to get raided at the start by the pirates. The way that we're going to deal with the Castilians is a little bit different based on whatever RNG you get. So in my case here, they're not rival to me, so I'm going to ally them, and I'm going to get royal marriage as well. If they were rival to me, then I would have attacked them so I can take provinces here, and as well as take their provinces in Cape Bojador. This way I would have had an easier time getting to the New World. But because they're friendly, it is a-okay. We're also going to get an alliance, and we're going to get a royal marriage with Navarra since we want to make them a vassal before our leader dies, since once he dies we're going to get an event that gives us a PU over Navarra. I don't want a PU over a 1 province minor with 7 development. That's literally a waste of a diplo relations slot for 50 years until I can start integrating them. So that's why I'm going to be diplomatically vassalizing them before that happens. Also, I allied the Castilians because eventually the Iberian wedding will trigger either when our leaders are of the opposite gender, that means one of us has a woman, the other one has a man, or after a certain amount of time has passed. And depending on which country the player is playing as, you get PU over the other one. So if I'm playing as Aragon, I get a PU over Castile. If I'm playing as Castile, I get a PU over Aragon. So keep that in mind whenever you're playing in the Iberian Peninsula. Pretty much the entirety of the world actually wants to ally us. I would normally attack the French at the start. If you want to go for the Roman restoration, well, what you want to do is you want to take 2 provinces in the first war against the French, Foix and Carcassonne, and release Gascony and Toulouse from these 2 provinces, and then you feed them all the southern tip of France in the early part of the game. You also want to no CB Byzantium to get rid of the Ottomans early on so you can expand both in France and the Anatolian lands, and afterwards also make your way into the Italian peninsula. It's actually fairly fast that you can restore Rome as Aragon. I think I did it by 1550. But whatever the case, that's not our plan for today. I'm just giving you a really brief explanation of how you should do that if you want to go for that. Oh, look at that. Enrique died, or they disinherited Enrique. Whatever the case, fingers crossed that they get a female heir, which means that whenever that female heir is going to come to pass, well, we're going to get the PU over the Castilians. Don't forget, once you have one stability, to get the privileges for the advisor cost reduction, because this way, with the extra well-connected trait that our leader has, they are insanely cheap. Also, our leader is an absolute Chad Lord. He's got 4341, but he might die very soon, so keep that in mind. We got our claim over Tlemcen, so let's attack these boys. Booyah Shnakadoski, and let's make a shwibadoo landing on Dara. Oh, would you look at that? We got 190 relations with the Navarra, so we can diplomatically vassalize them. We just got to bring this bad boy over here back and offer diplo-vassalization. Avec le, we got our brand new vassalen. That means we also get permanent claims on the entirety of the Castilian lands. Well, not really the entirety, apparently. We're missing 2 states here. Oh no, Ludi said something, but it's not true. Oh my god. I cannot watch the rest of the video anymore. I also forgot to disinherit my Juan over here. You want to disinherit him because of, remember what I told you, the P over Navarra. We do not want that, and it should not trigger if he is disinherited. That does mean we're going to get a little bit of a prestige hit, but it's a-okay. We're going to get our prestige back up once we get some lands from Tlemcen. A newborn daughter. Oh, my schnapple de booble de booble de bo. Cinderella or Candela. Please tell me these guys have a man. Oh, they do have Felipe. There you go. That's a guaranteed PU over Castile after we get our new leaders. So theirs is 1-year-old, mine is 0. Let's also commit the attack ski on Ojda. Hot damn, we got some awesome rolls on that one. And I believe this is the end for the Tlemceni army. Arrivederci, boys. And yes, I can say arrivederci because I own half of Italy. Okay, that's how it works. I could easily do a full annexation from Tlemcen, but I really just want the coastline so I get access to Granada and get access to the Moroccan areas as well. Plus, I don't want to waste too much of my Diplo and Admin points, since I need the Diplo and Admin points in order to get Diplo and Admin technologies faster, which in turn means I'm going to be getting my New World ideas, exploration ideas faster. Tunisian jackals be like, yo, Tlemcen, you got land? Let me have some. That being said, I wish the AI sometimes just fully annex nations. It's so annoying to see this country now with 3 separate provinces here. Another day, another war, this time against the Morocco. That rhymed, so it's okay to say what I just say. Fine, I'll stop. So I called in the Castilians because I had the favors with them, and because I'm also going to give them all of the Granadan lands. They normally attack by themselves, but I just gave them a little bit of an impulse right now, essentially. Let's also try and make sure that we have naval supremacy over here and bring it down to speed 3. Let's go, boys. Oh, this is perfect, my boys. Moroccan pretender rebels have no progress here. This is not perfect anymore. Come on, guys. Really? You haven't done a single thing? When did you spawn even? Did you guys just spawn right now? I'm gonna let them siege this down for me, get all of that juicy attrition for themselves, and then I'm gonna swoop in before they finish taking it and take it for myself. I was gonna say I'm gonna give objectives to the Castilians, but it looks like they already know exactly what's up. Whoa! Hold on a second here. Burgundy becomes a junior member of Baden? What? Oh my freaking god, I cannot. I've never seen Baden getting the Burgundian inheritance. This run is officially cursed, man. Oh Jesus, Schnippeldorpski. Tunis fell surprisingly fast, but I'm confident I can get this fort as well quick. So I'm gonna wait until I get both of these so I can get a little bit more war score. I mean, that was relatively fast, 400 days. Could have been a lot worse. Like I said before, don't want anything from these guys either. If I was gonna go for the Roman Empire, I'd definitely take Tripoli though, so I have more reign in this area, and so I can start assaulting these people in the North African parts. But because we're conserving our mana points, maybe war reparations, there you go, that's pretty fair. So we'll be giving all of Granada to the Castilians. Eventually they will be our junior partners, so we might as well make them nice and plump before that happens. That's what you get, Morocco, for trying to siege my beloved Dara. I'm also giving the northern bits of Morocco to the Castilians for the same reason why I gave the Granadan lands to them, because the northern bit here is actually in the Sevilla trade node, so that's just literally more of the Sevilla trade node belonging to my overall subjects. Make sure that you also set your provinces of vital interest before the war, because in my case I forgot to do so, and Castile managed to get a hold of Anfa, which means I cannot take the entire coastline because they don't want it. And by not taking the coastline, it means that Morocco is still going to be able to raid my coastlines after the truce is over. That's why I was going to completely take their coastline. But now, because I cannot do that anyway, I might as well just take the southern tip here, even the province of Haha, since this is a nice bottleneck here between the north and the south. Bring back our Diplomatski. Gonna take a little bit of money as well, and that is pretty much it. We now have what we need in order to start colonizing the New World. So, Baden just inherited Burgundy. Curious to see how this is gonna play out. Apparently, they released the Netherlands area, but they still have... Baden has Picardy, boys. Baden has Picardy. Let that sink in for a little bit there. Now, remember, they're also an HRE nation, so France is gonna have a hard time getting into these areas. My king just passed away, and after he passed away, I got the event where I either let Neapolitans become independent, or I keep the union over them, but they get 50 Liberty Desire. Of course, I'm gonna get the Liberty Desire. I also got the Iberian Wedding. What? Oh, right, because I have a femelle. That means we can do this of Iberia, which gives us a PU restoration over Portugal. Here's the thing with that though, right? I'm gonna enforce this PU restoration on Portugal after they get their exploration ideas, because if I enforce it now, they will not colonize the New World, and I want them to also be colonizing the New World. And Naples is not as disloyal as it might seem at first glance. I can make them a little bit more loyal by enabling support loyalists, or I can just get more soldiers. That also works. And we got the last jousting tournament. This is a great event, but it's not gonna help me too much in my wars, I guess, since I'm not gonna have too many wars in the nearby future. Not gonna lie, I know that this run we decided to go for the New World. If I was to go for a Roman Empire restoration, this would be an epic run. I mean, I got the Union over Castile ridiculously fast. Alright, boyos, it's showtime. Exploration ideas. Let's get our quest for the New World, and let's hire our very first Exploratoros. Good Christians here, so we're gonna let Johnny Sinless over here explore the New World. Let's assign him 3 of our best light shippos. Go, Johnny, go! Explore the New World for me. I might even let you deliver some pizza here at some point. Oh no! We spotted a giant peepee in the sky. This lowers our stability, obviously. Kinda makes me wonder, was this Johnny's peepee? Avec the new lands discovered have been. And we've integrated Navarra, getting rid of this horrible one province nation here. Let's make this a full state. There you go. It would appear that Portugal has Admin Tech 5 aber unsere Explorationen ideas. And what's even better is that England's malevolent, so they're not joining in this war. That is amazeballs. Let's go ahead and go for their sieges over here. The fort in Zevora. And Castile's using their entire army to siege this one fort in Ceuta. Does not surprise me. Peak eye right there, boys. I love it when the AI actually thinks that by sieging down my personal union, they're hurting me. But the reality is they're helping me because they're making my union weaker. Alright, we got 80% war score. We did not even kill off their army. We don't need to. Union with Portugal. Booyah Shnakadowski. Let's see how much money we can take. We can take a little bit more money, actually, if we fully occupy all their country. You know what? Let's do that because I want the extra money. 152, 125, a beautiful. And now it's time to improve relations with them, because if our leader dies and we have below 0 relations with our personal union, then we lose that personal union. Hey, we even get some extra Diplo points from having the union over Portugal. That's beautiful. Gee, I wonder what native repression policy we're gonna choose. I mean, what native policy we're gonna choose here. An heir to the throne, and the first name they got is the same as my current leader. Are you serious? Let's call her something more original. Candace. She's American, okay? That's why. Oh no, our heiress has fallen ill. 47 ducats, fuck that shit. We're gonna pray for her today, boys, and she died. Never mind. Also, time to explore these lands and kill them. Explore and kill them. Just casual European things, okay? Excuse me, Jollof, have you heard of the good Lord's name? Because if you haven't, we're gonna torture you until you hear it, god schnappledoop. I like how nobody invited Portugal here, but they took the initiative to kill natives by themselves, you know? I like this. This is the perfect workplace employee right here. You need to take initiative in these kind of things. Every time I see the province of Gabu, I just want to scream, Gabu! Gabu! Apparently, all of my potential heirs are semi-stupid. Also, Jolaf is massive. How the schnapps? They completely killed off Mali. Gabu! Give me your money, Gabu. And I also want some of your coastline. Yeah, I'll take this. Maybe Wolof as well. Nah, you know what? I don't want Wolof, just the coastline. Hot diggity Wolof. Hot diggity Wolof. Explain the logic here, please. So I can core all 3 of these provinces, but Cayor is too far away from our unblockaded core province. Cayor is closer to me than Gabu is, but I can core Gabu, I cannot core Cayor. What the schnapps is happening here? Oh dear, the Fulani are here. Hey, that rhymed also. I should become a rapper and stuff. I'm gonna teach you guys a really cool colonization trick that's gonna help you colonize the New World a lot faster. So I didn't finish colonizing Cape Verde just yet. It's getting there. But because I got the course here in the West African parts, I managed to get a new colony over here, and now I'm gonna get a claim on Potiguara, conquer Potiguara, and make these lands my cores a lot faster than I would colonize these lands. And with the new range from these lands, I can cancel this colony here and start a new colony over here next to another native, kill native, core it up, cancel the colony, and basically get to the Mexican parts in 3-4 years rather than 30 years, if you know what I mean. And that's where we want to get the Mexican parts to kill all the natives. The great part is that because all of these boyos here are allied to each other, I can essentially take care of all of them at the same time. Hey, look at that. Portugal again came to help me in the New World. I'm really starting to like the Portuguese AI. So from these guys, we're taking essentially the coastline here, which means we can start coring it up. To core these 2, we have to wait until Maranhão is finished, but this definitely increases our colonial range by a massive amount. I'm also going to cancel this here. It's literally useless now. Abandon, get out of here. I want to give a quick rundown of how the New World essentially works. You have these colonial regions, colonial and trade regions as they're called. As long as you have 5 provinces cored in any of these regions here, you get a new colonial nation formed. Now, if you have 4 provinces maximum in each of these regions, then you do not have a colonial region formed and you directly own these lands. Also, if you have your capital in the New World, and that's what we're gonna do when we get our capital in Bermuda, then you can have all of the provinces in the New World and no colonial nations get formed as long as you have your capital there. Also, our colonist is about to arrive here in 140 days, and we already are about to get our claim on this nation because we got the spy network made. I am a little bit late to the Central American parts. I was focusing on other parts of the world, to be fair. Looks like Mexican meat's back on the menu, boys. Or better yet, Mayan meat. After decades, the great pee-pee in the sky has returned once more. Made us lose more stability again. Bermuda has been colonized, so we can switch our capital here, Dorado. So now, every single province that we have in the New World that we conquer from the natives are going to be our provinces directly. We're not going to form any colonial nations. So now we can start to safely conquer every single thing in the New World. Of course, the primary target is going to be the Aztec land, where we get insane amounts of gold from. 13 gold mines here or something like that. I'm basically having one war right now that is against most of the Mayan nations here. So after I get rid of these boys, only the Aztecs are going to be left. My favorite part is piecing out the tribal natives because they give out so much land. It's absolutely marvelous. Look at all this juicy stuff we got here because of Miskek, and we just cored this up instead of colonizing it, which would have taken us at least 10-15 more years to colonize all of this. It's honestly a piece of cake conquering these lands since they are very far behind in technology and their troops are basically paper troops. But the problem that I have mainly is overextension, so I just gotta give it a little bit between conquests, of course. That's how you deal with overextension after all. So let's attack these guys now. You probably noticed that I have no coalition even though I killed off half of the Mexican area. That is because Mexico is actually divided in 2 parts. We have the Aztec as well as Nahuatl region, both Aztec and Nahuatl over here, and we have the Mayan and Mayan religion. I don't remember what that one is called, but they're also different culture, different religion. So that's why kill off one of these cultures and / religions and then you move on and kill the other one after, because then you get nobody in a potential coalition coalition against you. Since the way that aggressive expansion works, if you don't know, by the way, I have a video on that that's really good. You should check it out, and I'll link that in the description also. Nations get more aggressive expansion with you if you attack and conquer provinces of their religion or of their culture group. Oh boy, I've got 106 overextension now. Let's see how long I gotta wait for this to go away. The perpetual diet? Austria, you got 5 imperial reforms done? The schnapps? Are we actually gonna see the HRE centralized? Or maybe they go decentralized. Okay, I'm just honestly very much shocked. I'm being overshadowed here by the Austrians, essentially. Do they have their unions as well? They only have Bohemia, apparently, for now. They no legal heir, so they might actually lose everything. Maybe we can get an alliance with them. That might suit us for the future. Sack of Tenochtitlan, what an amazing city, destroyed by the vile Aragonese. In our timeline, destroyed by the Castilians. Not much of a difference, is it? Pretty sure there was some Aragonese in those armies, right? Maybe a few. I know that I don't need to, but I am gonna be colonizing Greenland just because I can colonize Greenland. And I also just finished colonizing the Falklands because I want to piss off Margaret Thatcher, that's why. So with the Mexican areas conquered, now it's time to centralize these lands, kill off all the rebels, and get a massive amount of money from gold, which we need because we have a pretty bad economic situation, living off loan to loan essentially. If you enjoyed this run, I'm thinking to do a similar one for Bologna and get that spaghetti western achievement in the process if we get 10,000 likes on this video. Until the next time, check out this awesome Florence video. And I want to give a massive thank you to all of my patrons, channel members, and Twitch subscribers. I would not be able to do this without all your support. If anybody else would like to also support me, you will find the links in the description.